Is that folk music that you play there? What is that? How do you call that folk music?
I think it was Studs Terkel who asked Big Bill Brunzi, did he consider his blues music to be folk music? And Big Bill says, well, never heard no horse sing.
Don't hesitate. It could be your ticket to a new tomorrow.
Welcome to Horses Sing None of It. I'm Tommy Mahoney, sitting in for Ralph Litwin, and our guest today is Stuart Fuchs.
Hey, Tommy.
Joining him is Sarah Carlisle. Hi, Stuart.
Hey, Tommy. Good to be here.
It's good to have you. You want to tell us a little bit about that tune you just played?
Sure. We played a samba tune. I arranged it from an originally it was written for a mandolin, and I arranged it for my CD, which has a bunch of Brazilian songs, and that's a tune called Recipe for Samba.
Very nice.
Thanks.
That's a pretty uke you got there.
Yeah, it is. I'm putting it down because I'm getting this one ready for the next tune.
Okay.
My name is pronounced Fuchs. I'm a man of few ukes, but
Okay.
the ukulele players tend to catch a little disease called ukulele acquisition syndrome. I have a mild case of it, few ukes, but yeah, some people find that they, all of a sudden their house is full of 10, 12, 25 ukuleles. Yeah.
I can relate. Where are you from, Stuart?
Well, I'm originally from New York City. I lived in Buffalo, New York for 20 years, and just for the last year, a little more than a year, I've been living in New Hampshire. In
All right.
Nelson, New Hampshire, with Sarah.
Oh, okay. My next question was going to be, how did you two folks connect?
Yeah, we connected on a gig, actually. We were playing at the Kripalu Yoga Center for New Year's Eve. It was, they called it the End of the World Kirtan. It was an event of ecstatic chanting and yoga practice for 3 days. It was called the End of the World Kirtan, just, a little nickname we gave it because it was the end of the Mayan calendar. So everybody was, putting all their heart and soul into the music, and we met playing with a mutual friend, a great artist, singer-songwriter, and kirtan artist named David Newman. We were in the band, and we met there.
It was love at first strum.
Well, you two sound great together. How about playing us another song?
Sure, I'll be happy to. For this one, I'm going to be playing low G-string ukulele. Has a little bit of a mellower tone. And we're going to play, we'll play two pieces, but maybe we'll stop in the middle and you can ask me something, because I'm going to need to put a capo on anyway, so anytime you could. And so this is a piece. It depicts the Hawaiian sunset.
Wow, beautiful.
Thank you.
So, I read you were a multi-instrumentalist.
Yep. Yes, I started out playing guitar. I would take my dad's guitar into the woods when he wasn't home, his classical guitar. And
Okay, what age?
earliest memories really are sitting on his lap and him showing me how to fret. He said, be right next to the fret, but not on top of the fret. And he didn't really teach me so many nuts and bolts details, but he taught me a lot about music in the sense that he was an incredibly passionate man about music, and so I absorbed a lot about that, and his love of classical guitar meant that I got to listen to him practice his pieces every night from the time he came home from work. After a long commute, he would practice till well after I went to bed. So I grew up listening to that music, and yeah.
It's a beautiful thing. Would you like to give us another song?
Yeah, I would love to. Years later, after sitting in the woods with the guitar, what I didn't realize it at the time, but what I would do is I would sit and imitate the birds and the sounds of nature. So I would listen just as a little kid. I'd hear the sound of the wind, and I would just, or a bird
Okay.
above. I didn't really know how to play for real, but I was playing the guitar, and I found a lot of peace and joy in this practice, going into the wilderness and listening to one note at a time, and then carefully connecting it to another note. And I would do this almost every day when I came home from school. Before my mom would come home from her job, I would just go into the woods and make sounds. It was my favorite thing to do. And then years later, this next song is inspired by some experiences I had years later. I was blessed to be given the opportunity to take that healing intention of music into a cancer hospital. I was an artist in residence for 7 years at Roswell Park Cancer Hospital in Buffalo, New York. So I was one of 12 artists at 2 different hospitals. And so we worked 20 hours a week, bringing music and the creative arts to patients and families and staff. And sometimes people would receive the music just passively, and sometimes they would be engaged with actively making music. I'd be leading a drum circle or some sort of a sing-along, some sort of participatory experience.
It is so important in the healing process. Definitely.
Yeah, it really is. It was profound how how simple an act of music could be, just how it could have such an incredible impact on somebody. So I would come around the corner with a little. Before I was in their room physically, I'd be in their room, the sound would come in, and then I'd come around the corner, and you'd know within a second if they wanted to visit, and if they didn't, that was totally fine. I'd move on. But those visits led to some amazing relationships, and that inspired it really inspired this song, because in working with these patients for 7+ years, I learned a lot about gratitude and how just what a powerful force that is in our lives. So when facing some of these very, very difficult times, it was very inspirational to see how much courage people would be bringing to their situation. And so I would always leave that job thinking, I have no problems whatsoever. I have my health, and knock on wood, that's enough.
Sounds like such an important job to be doing too.
It was an honor to be doing it, and I, grateful for the opportunity, and I hope to go back someday, and continue. But when I'm not at the hospital, I do this at airport lobbies too, airport gates. This is a song called "When You Want What You Have What You Want." These hands, I've got this heart, I've got sweet love, so far apart. Can't we fast forward a brand new start? When you want what you have.
this joy, got these pains. I keep on learning, they're all the same. Don't let your mind win, it'll only taunt. When you want what you have what you want. Looking ahead to the other side, the grass sure seems greener. A new love might stay by your side, might be even sweeter. It's easy to be a dreamer, taking a pathless road. Take a look around, stop and feel the ground. Maybe right here is just enough. Got this joy and my pain. I keep on learning, it's all the same. Don't let your mind win, it'll only taunt. When you want what you have what you want. When you want what you have what you want. When you want what you have.
So Stuart,
See?
you have a whole CD of ukulele songs from what I understand.
I do.
And want to tell us about how you came to deciding on that project?
Yeah, absolutely. I had been I had been nudged for a long time to make a solo CD. I was part of a very popular gypsy jazz band in Buffalo, New York named Babik. Actually, the band just reunited last week to perform with the Buffalo Philharmonic Orchestra. It was a great honor to play with the full symphonic orchestra, playing the music of Django Reinhardt. So I play Django, but with all four fingers. So anyway, I was nudged for a long time. People say, why don't you get a CD together? And the ukulele was just, it was really calling to me for years, and finally I got around to recording it. By the time I took the cover image, when the photograph was finally taken for the CD cover, finally got around to doing that, there was this amazing momentum that just started. And within just under 3 months from taking that picture, the whole thing was recorded, mixed, mastered, and delivered to me. I was on a tour in Florida, and a whole box of these CDs showed up. So it was amazing. The message to me was just start, just start and stop being a perfectionist and just get her done, So I did it, and the process of recording it was, Sarah and I recorded some Brazilian music for it. I wrote a few original pieces, and even my old group Babik, we found a wonderful backstage recording. We were backstage at Joe's Pub in New York, and we were jamming with my ukulele and the rest of the band, and we decided to put that track on there too, and currently in the process of getting the next one done. So look forward to that being out. By the way, the CD is called Stukulele, so Stukulele.
Clever. I also read you play Native American flute.
I do, Native American flute and some didgeridoo.
Okay. Do you want to tell us about some of your other projects prior to the uke project?
Well, the big one was playing with the gypsy jazz band Babik, and working with many different many different projects around the Buffalo area, and we were really honored that our second CD was picked up by some national airplay, so that was cool. Got to collaborate with a couple of orchestras, including the Buffalo Phil for a few times. And my other projects really mainly centered around that and my work at Roswell Park, the cancer hospital. So maybe to illustrate that, we could play a little bit of some didgeridoo improv. That would be nice.
Sure.
Yeah.
Please do, by all means.
Yeah. And Sarah has a lot to say, too, about her own
Yes, Sarah, let's hear from you.
musical path.
What would you like to know?
Well, where'd you grow up?
Started in New York.
Okay.
I moved down to Virginia.
Okay.
So I got stuck between two accents.
Okay, so you can combine them and make a third, right?
Right? Yeah.
And you play a great bass fiddle there.
Oh, thank you.
How'd you get into that?
Well, I got my arm twisted into it by my 5th grade teacher.
Okay.
And I was into it, and I came up, playing classical music and orchestras, and went to the Peabody Conservatory in Baltimore.
Wow.
And was on that journey until I got introduced to jazz. And then I said my mind just expanded, and kind of took me in a different direction.
You had a great 5th grade teacher to encourage you in such a manner.
I agree. He was a good man. And my 2 best friends and I the 3 of us would carry the bass down the hallway. I'd take it home on the weekends, and one person would be on the front end, the other 2 would be on the back end, and we'd hold it long ways. Little 10-year-old girls carrying it down the hallway. But it's been an amazing...
Must have been a sight.
Yeah. It's been an amazing friend through the years, and it's been a very cool journey to see where, you stick with something, and then it takes you, life takes you through its current, and, started out playing in orchestras and then in jazz clubs, and now I mostly play with people that do sacred chant music and play in beautiful halls, and, it's more of like a meditation, which it's always been for me, but it's cool to see the different outlets and how they present themselves.
It sounds very cool. Would you like to play us another song?
Yeah, actually on the subject of meditation, we'll play a little didgeridoo meditation here. I was introduced to the didgeridoo 20 years ago, and circular breathing has changed my life.
So where did that one come from?
This is not a traditional didge. This came from Home Depot. 2 pieces, 2 pieces. Any pieces of PVC will do. And I made this telescoping didgeridoo, so it still provides a wonderful tone to meditate with, and it's a lot more portable to carry this than a big heavy piece of eucalyptus. I can also, as you'll see, I can change the note by sliding it. So.
Kind of like the slide trombone principle.
Exactly, yeah, didgeribone, some people call it that.
Okay.
So I'll play some didgeridoo, and if you're watching at home or online or wherever you are, I encourage you to, of course, feel free to watch. It's, might be interesting to watch the circular breath, but also would just invite people to sit and close their eyes and receive the didgeridoo almost as if you're listening through your skin. Listen with your whole body. This instrument has some powerful medicine to it and can really still the mind. So we'll play and see what happens.
Well, Stuart, we just have about a minute left, so if you want to take us out with something.
Goodness, is it really that much time? See, the didgeridoo's time vortex has worked. It stops time. By the way, if you're watching and you thought, circular breath, that looks healthy, I would encourage everybody to check it out because it's been proven to help cure sleep apnea. You can do a YouTube search on sleep apnea study didgeridoo. It's really, really amazing findings they're finding about what it does for the lungs and the soft palate. Helps to correct sleep apnea and increase blood oxygen levels. Cool stuff. This is another piece of music that was inspired by some poetry that brought into the hospital setting. This is Hafez, The Candle Burns Down. Words by the Persian poet Hafez. 2, 3, 4.
We melt a little every day. The candle burns down.